guys, welcome back to my channel, and as promised I'm doing a shootout video today of my favourite Lou Reed album, Berlin. So I've recently acquired the latest Bob Ezrin produced, Lou Reed mastered reissue, and this is all digital. I assume it's all digital. There's nothing really on the liner notes or anything that says otherwise. You can assume it's digital. And I have also here on Dynaflex an original US first pressing. I bought this. This is actually the second US pressing I bought. The first US pressing, there was a skip on the track Kids. Me being the stickler for things like that, I immediately sold that on. Actually, no, I think I gave it to my son and bought another copy. I bought this from a lady in New York who was actually a record collector, and she assured me that it was in pristine condition, and it arrived. It is in immaculate condition. It's in pretty much as new condition. There's a slight bend in the corner of the jacket up there, but it is obviously on Dynaflex. For those that don't know what Dynaflex is, it's something that RCA came out with in the early 70s. They reduced the amount of plastic being used. I don't know if it's a special formulation, but it's very, very light, very flexible, but it has no impact on the sound quality, much to people's disagreement. There's people out there that say it does make a difference. The weight of the vinyl has no bearing on the sound quality. I've been listening to this for the last 4 years since I've had it. It's brilliant. It sounds great. So how did I approach this shootout? What I've done, I've got some key tracks that I really like on this album, and they are Caroline Says Part 2, The Bed, Sad Song, Lady Day. Those 4 songs are the ones that I was sort of assessing. What I done was that I first played Lady Day off of the reissue, the remaster, and I must say, off the bat, it sounds really good. You know, it's a big sound. It sounds quite full on my system. It sounded good. But then I switched over to the original, the first pressing, and my God, what difference. The US first pressing absolutely trounces the reissue. There's no competition. What they've done on the reissue, what I can hear during the mastering, what they've done is they've boosted the bass. They've boosted the mid frequencies. It's more it's giving it a more fuller sound. But the trade-off of that is, certainly on Lady Day, you're not getting the clarity on Lou's vocals as much as you do on this. They've not remixed it, but it's given the impression that they're more buried in the mix now, because they've boosted the bass up quite high. The vocals are now below that, and they're sort of being masked a little bit by the bass frequencies, I think, on the reissue. If you're a casual listener and you're just getting into Lou Reed, that's absolutely serviceable. There's nothing wrong with this. But whether it's because it's a digital thing, I don't know. But this version, this original first pressing, if you're really after, you know, something that sounds good, this is worth checking out. You could get near mint copies of this for about 30 or 40 pounds. It's about 28 euros or something like that. I don't know what it is in dollars. The difference is, I mean, that was on Lady Day. Caroline says is much the same. On this original first pressing, Lou's vocals is more, they're clearer for a start. There's more detail. There seems to be more detail in the original pressing. Where they've boosted the mids and the bass on this, it's muddied it a little bit, I think. It's taken away some of the clarity of the original. I played The Bed, which is one of my favourite tracks on the album, and to be fair, that I didn't notice as much difference between the two versions, purely because they're quite stripped. It's a stripped down song anyway. It's more or less just guitar and vocal. You don't notice any major differences on that. Sad Song is another one that's just got that boosted bass, mids. It's now lacking the clarity that the original has. So yeah, I was surprised. I was really surprised of this. I was expecting a bit more. I was expecting a bit more out of this, to be honest with you. It is my opinion. Everything is obviously just my opinion. I'm sure there's people out there that have got this that think it's better than the original, but in my experience, what I've listened to over the last day and a half, there's no competition. If you want the best pressing, go for a original first pressing. You know, there seems to be more detail in it, more so than on the reissue, the remaster. There's more detail. Okay, there's less bass frequencies, but that's a good thing because it's not papering over any cracks, if you know what I mean, like this does. You know, Lou's voice is prominent on this, where it's not as prominent on this. It's, you know, to quote Michael Ludwig, it's got more punch and more air. It has, you know. There's more. It's more of a balance between the instruments on this, and there's more clarity. There's more top end on this for sure, and less bass. But for that reason, there's more detail, and it's opened up the sound more on this. This is more condensed, where I think it's been compressed quite a lot, where there's less compression on the original, maybe. I don't know. But that's my thoughts on it. Berlin, Lou Reed. Write in the comments down below what you think. Let me know what you think of the reissue of Berlin against the original, if you've got it. You know, click like and subscribe and all the usual stuff. And thanks for tuning in. Until next time, cheers. Bye bye.